Hi, this is Reina Vangelos. I'm an established character in Base 10 Sector's Traveler campaign. Please watch our initial adventure, Death Station, to find out more about me and the crew of the Alcipius. I am here today talking with Harlan Turnbull about character creation in Traveler 2nd Edition, using the updated 2022 rules. Harlan, do you want to tell us about your history and how you came to be a part of the Traveler universe?
Hi Reina. I'm originally from the planet Tobia, a high-tech, industrial world on the edge of Imperium space, in the Trojan Reach. Tobia is the subsector capital and imperial seat and home to 20 billion sophons. But I am from the outlying lower cities. People of our station and life mainly work off-world. I am from a family of belters and space salvagers working on the fringes of the sector, constantly recycling derelict ships and space debris, the scrap that fuel the planet's endless industries. I grew up on spacecraft and in artificial environments. When I turned 18, I had good physical characteristics and was an excellent learner. But my education was poor. And as you know, belters are generally viewed by society as common working class. My starting UPP was B 7 9 9 5 5. My initial skills from my youth developed from working to keep myself safe from life support accidents and staying on the right side of the law. I began my professional career with Streetwise 0 and Survival 0. It might be shocking to some because most travelers don't want to be drifters and only end up as drifters when they leave a career, but, despite my high strength and aptitude for the Army, I knew the Army would take me far from this sector. I wanted to stick around for a while, so I immediately started up in the family business doing salvage work as a scavenger. A job where I automatically qualified. The thing about drifters and citizens is during their basic training they get all the skills from their direct assignment and not the career's generic service skills. As a rookie scavenger, I was trained in piloting small craft, mechanic, astrogation, vac suit, gun combat and my profession, all at level 0. I had quite the adventure those 4 years, learning some useful skills along the way, like unarmed melee combat. I survived the term and ended up getting a promotion and getting my first ranks in vac suit and my profession, salvager.
Wow, that's an impressive selection of skills for your first term. You could have mustered out right then, but you didn't. What happened next?
Well, after 4 years of scrapping derelict ships and moving scrap, I was pretty sure I needed to move on. I hadn't really seen the family much in 4 years, so I went home to Tobia and enrolled in university. Admission was a long shot because of my poor education, but I made it. I enrolled in electronics and engineering courses and graduated in electronics with 1 rank in sensors and then in engineering with 1 rank each, in jump and maneuver drives. My education increased by 2, and I'm the first person my family knew that graduated university. Unfortunately, the celebrations were cut short as we had gotten word that my father disappeared. He was last known to be working on a mining ship that sent out a signal GK from one of the asteroid belts in the Saban system. Our friends told us we had to declare him dead and collect his benefits, but something about the company's incident report didn't seem right to me. I had been thinking hard about my post-university plans and this confirmed it. I caught a Jump 2 transport to the Imperial Scout base in the new system and applied for the Imperial Scout service.
Scouts? I knew it! You already had the perfect background. They must have welcomed you with open arms? I should introduce you to my friend, Jana. She did 4 terms with the Scout service on the Solomoni Rim.
Yes, I qualified easily. In fact, I was already trained in all the Scout service skills with the exception of piloting spacecraft. I spent the first 6 months getting to know my way around a Type S. I end up getting assigned to a surveyor team headed to the Borderlands subsector where I meet some Aslan for the first time. I end up making an alien friend who becomes my first contact and I get my rank in piloting spacecraft. I spent considerable time looking for any clues about my father's ship. I even got my skipper to refuel in Saban a few times, which he gladly did when he heard my story, but never found anything. I closed out the term getting promoted to an official scout, where I received additional gun combat training getting a rank in slug firearms. I would have gotten a rank in vac suit too, but I already had it. Term 4 was pretty similar. I got my rank 1 in astrogation, and we ended up surveying a lot of planets along the border of the Aslan high rate. In a stroke of good luck I get access to some valuable information about some rogue Aslan pirates courtesy of my contact. This earns me a high-level Imperial ally and a bonus to my chances of promotion. I do get promoted again, but this time they say it is mandatory enlistment. The service gives me command of my own ship for my next term. I receive mandatory survival training, and get my first rank in survival. I am 34 years old at this point, but age doesn't seem to be slowing me down.
That's amazing. You are having quite the run of good luck. You served how many more terms?
My fifth and what ended up being my final term was pretty interesting. The scout service was having some enlistment issues in the Tobia subsector. They were trying to expand express boat routes outside of Imperium space to expand the border through the rest of the Tobia and into some of the Sindel and Usher subsectors, but it wasn't going well. Not enough Navy presence to cover all that space, and we took some heavy losses from mercs, pirates and the other lawless scum in the Reach. Since the scouts are short-staffed, they assigned me this almost 80-year-old modified crew droid, who called himself Yule, short for Ulysses. Yule can't pilot a ship, but he can run all the other ship's systems as well or better than I. I'm still assigned as a surveyor, and they give me an extended tank ship that can do jump 4, and we are short-staffed as it's just the two of us. I file plans to go rimward into the Great Rift and survey the island's cluster and other non-imperial systems. The service wants detailed updates on the goings-on of all these independent systems out there. I get my rank 1 in mechanic by tinkering with salvage we find along the way. While at Chandler Station, I get privy to some information about Imperial personnel running a slavery ring using kidnapped prospectors and miners from all along the Trojan Reach. This information gets me automatically promoted. I receive another rank in gun combat training and also get my pilot small craft rank as we waited for new orders. I also find out serial numbers of parts from my father's ship made it into the database as spare parts at Chandler Station. Which means his ship was scrapped and not destroyed. It's been 12 years, is my father still alive? My fifth term is coming to an end and I decide it's time to strike out on my own. Age is catching up to me, and I lose a point of strength. It was time to muster out.
I am sure the Scout Service was sorry to see you go. I am sure you probably received some great benefits, correct?
I must say I had some very good luck during my exit from the Scout Service. A stark difference in benefits. Considering when I left my career as a scavenger, I got a very unceremonious 5,000 credits and a note that my ship access codes had been revoked. Of course my benefits coincided with rank. As a senior scout, I was awarded 50,000 credits, my service-issued assault shotgun, and then they told me to go take a 100-ton scout ship out of dry dock, and I had permanent use of it, but I was permanently on call should the need arise. Immediately, I went and found my old Type S I had trained with, call sign, Rodeo, and fired the engines up. I asked the base commander that since I was permanently on call, that he assign my old crew droid as property of the Rodeo. He agreed. The only catch was since the Rodeo was a training ship, it did have some quirks, and while it had a double turret, that turret was empty. I had some work to do tightening up the ship before I left the system. Our first stop would of course be the Saban system. I should also mention as part of my mustering out process was some additional evaluation that increased my education again. Post-muster my final skills package allowed me to gain another rank in any other skill at level 1. And I chose turret gunner. I now had training in every basic function of my ship. As soon as I can afford some weapons, that is. That about sums up who I am today, ready to be part of the Base 10 Sector Traveler campaign.
Welcome aboard, Harlan. That's quite the introduction. Best of luck on your adventures, and I hope you find out what happened to your father. We probably won't be seeing each other anytime soon. The Alcipius operates in the Solomoni Rim, and you are really far spinward, way out in the Trojan Reach. My astrogation computer says that is 157 jumps away at jump 2. That's over 500 light years. I guess it makes sense. That is how you are familiar with our captain, John Clark. You know him from an earlier timeline. Like the ancient Solomoni philosopher Einstein once wrote, time and space are separate variables. I look forward to seeing your adventure with Captain Clark sometime soon. See you around, Harlan.
Take care, Reina, signing off.
It's time for me to go too. Thanks for checking out this character creation simulation. This is Reina Vangelos for Base 10 Sector, signing off. Goodbye.